Hmm. Who the heck is watching? What kind of craziness is this? Somebody's watching. Hmm. Mm, okay. Let's see. Hmm. 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 Hey, what is it? Sarah. Let's see if I can get this right. Oh man, I can't. All right. Kasara, GT, Ryan. I mean, Nate. Excuse me, and Kasara. Good stuff, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Y'all are my first two in this YouTube. I mean, this live stream with Trading View, and I'm broadcasting at the same time on YouTube. So welcome. If you can hear me, if my audio is good, please give me I can hear you well, or the audio is good, or give me a thumbs up or something. I'm testing out everything, so I need to get some kind of feedback if you don't mind. Uh-oh, I'm not getting no feedback. How is my audio? Sounding good. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Nate. Mr. GTA Roger. Okay, I'm trying to get used to this thing, so bear with me if you would. Um, so I see you. I see you on YouTube as well, Himbo. All right, all right. So let's let's I'm looking at uh, Euro USD, and this is the daily. I just want you to see that I might know what I'm talking about. I might not, but I might. Let's see. I'm going to I'm gonna shrink this down. Yeah, there you go. Let's start here, and we'll go up here, and I'll put this down in the. I guess I'll put this in the 15-minute, I suppose, because I don't know what I'm showing there. Oh no, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna put that. Let's let's do this. Let's start with 15. This is the analysis I put out earlier today. Let me see. Make sure nothing. Okay, and this stuff needs to be. I don't even know what this is. I guess I can't get past it. All right. Let's put it all in the 15, I suppose. No, I'm going to make a separate folder for it. Live. Wrong. Okay. Rename. Live. All right. And we'll just shut that all off there. Okay. So what do I have showing? What I have showing here is the daily. And as you can see, I wrote daily is bearish. The daily has mitigated supply. And you know what? Instead of reading that, I'm going to put new stuff out anyway. So uh, we'll just, I'll just walk you through it. Boom. All right. What do we have? I'm looking at uh, swing structure, a low, the swing high, swing low, swing high, a lower low, a lower high, and the lowest low, right? So right now we're currently in this leg of structure here. It's bearish, all right? And the daily is therefore bearish, all right? We have a bearish swing structure with lower lows and lower highs, and we can see a lower high is made. Now, how do we know that lower high has been made? How do we know that it's confirmed that it's a lower high? It's because there was a break of market structure here. All right. What I would call a change of character. All right. The market has shifted from bullish momentum to bearish momentum after it broke this low. Okay. And there's a good chance that this high will hold. All right. It's a protected high. And what I'm looking for is for price to continue down after a pullback. I'm looking for this low to be taken. Why? Because that low is weak. It's weak because it didn't make a new high. Got it? That's the only job of a low. to make a new high. If it doesn't do that, it fails its job and becomes a target for liquidity. Does that make sense? Give me a thumbs up if you do, if it does, and if you can follow. And listen, I'll get to Bitcoin, but listen, Kasara, I'd like to get to Bitcoin. It ain't going to happen today, though. I'm just doing Euro USD. This is my first live stream, so I'm actually doing this to, you know, get my juices running, get familiarized, get the lay of the land. So, so what I'm looking for is this supply to hold price. I don't think it's likely that we'll break this high. All right. So I'm looking for this low to break and this low to break. All right. That's the expectation. Okay. So we have want to make note that we have a demand zone down here. All right, pushing price up. All right, but what is its purpose? All right, I believe that its purpose is to facilitate a lower high to be made, so we can then make a lower low. Easy enough, right? This is the range of price here. All right, from here to here, top and bottom, and I always talk about the top section above the 50% of the trading range is premium price. This is discount price. And you want to take your shorts from premium. You want to take your longs from discount. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that, Leslie. I see you shouting out. Okay. So let's go on to the so I got a lot of information in the daily, apparently. All right, let's go on to the 4 hour. Let's see what we got down here. All right. In the 4 hour, what I want you to see is this strong high. Why is it strong? Because it broke market structure. It made a lower low. That makes it strong, which means if price comes back up here to test it, I believe this high will hold. Easy enough to understand, right? And we have a weak swing low. This is the swing high. This is a swing low. And I believe this is a weak swing low because in every downtrend, all the lows are weak because they don't make new highs. That's the nature of a downtrend. So when it makes a low and pulls up and fails to break the high that caused that low, it gets taken. Just like this low. Weak, didn't make a new high, it gets taken for liquidity. Boom. That's the nature of the downtrend. So I'm looking for this low to get taken as well. Now, let's get in here nice and tight. Okay. And what do we have? We have this 4 hour swing high. All right. This is the 4 hour swing high. And this is well into premium price. Remember, premium and discount. All right. So you should be looking for shorts here because it's above the 50% of this trading range. All right. I just did all a review just in 2 seconds. All right. So we have this break of structure down here. What kind of break of structure is this? So we have an uptrend on the 4 hour. All right. You can see it's an uptrend because it's breaking the pullback and the lower lows as price was coming down. We break past it. We break bullishly past it. That is an IBOS, an internal break of structure. All right, and the purpose of an internal break of structure is to facilitate that lower high to be made. All right, in the higher time frame structure. All right, follow me on this. Okay, and price topped out here, and then we had an internal break of structure to the downside. So that means this pullback is over. The chances of the pullback being over are pretty high after internal break of structure to the downside. So what do we expect after this? I'm expecting this low to get taken. But first, after every break of structure, you expect a return to impulse. So what we look for in this leg of structure here is the place where price could round over. All right. And we have a supply zone here, and we also have the supply up top here. Okay. I like this zone because it qualifies. So I'm going to mark this zone out. I don't understand why it's not already marked out. I don't know where my markings are. That's a scary thing. Where are my markings? Why are they disappearing? Okay. So you're following, Nate. You're following. I see you following over there. All right. So we have a supply zone. Price is hitting it, and you know it's doing its thing here. And I was explaining earlier uh, in the group that when price kind of diddles around the opening, just under the opening of a supply or demand zone, usually it means there's going to be a breakout and we'll probably take this out. But the difference here is it's doing it at as price is touching that zone, not under it, but in it, right at it. You know what I'm saying? And uh, I'm not so sure we get that breakout uh, and just a penetration of this, a violation of this zone. I'm not so sure about it. All right, I would be a little more sure if it was under, but it's not. So I am looking for the sweep of this liquidity, and I want to see if price respects that protected high, because when demand zones and supply zones are formed, uh, we look to see if the zone, if the high is protected. And this is the extreme of the zone. If I can get my thing on, my cursor on this thing, I don't understand why I'm having problems. Oh, that's why, because it's a line. It's not. All right, let's try that again. 1, 2. Here we go. So this is the extreme of this 4-hour zone of supply, and this is where the magic usually happens. And if price does break out past these highs here, I'm looking for price to give me bearish price action here and a continuation of the bearish trend. I really like this area. Why? It's kind of convenient if you think in terms of trend. Isn't that interesting? Now I don't use trend lines for entries. I don't wait till price gets up here and I put in a short, because these are liquidity lines. The way I look at them with smart money concepts, insofar as liquidity managers will see what they'll see is a bunch of orders up here. It'll look like this on their screens. All right, a bunch of them. Just and then and what they'll do is they'll come in and uh, uh, get make people think that they're in profit. Come up there, bring price up there, then they'll do one of these numbers and come back, then do one of these numbers and come back. You just gotta. You, I don't use the trend lines for that reason. They are liquidity buckets. All right, the uh, liquidity targets. So I wait. I wait. I just happen to use them for illustration. And if they run past my zones of supply and demand, it can be another confluence. But because this is so well respected here, I'm this makes me look for a price to round over a little more at these zones. And I like this zone in the first place because it's in. If I for some reason, there you go. All right, I wasn't asking for all of that. All right, because this zone, this leg of structure has its own range, right? A top and a bottom and a 50%. All right. Where are we? We're in premium of this range. So, this is where I would want to look for shorts, ideally anyway. Now, is there the possibility that price could come past this high? Of course there is. All right. That probability is all there because all we do is we play the game of probabilities, right? And uh, but you got to put it in the proper perspective. There is it highly probable? Which how high is the probability that price will go up from a demand zone, go up through this supply zone exactly, or the probabilities of it going down? I think the probabilities of it going down from here are greater. That's all it boils down to. Price is in a downtrend, making lower lows and lower highs. I don't think this high is going to get bothered. Okay, and we think of the fundamentals as well. U.S. dollar is pretty strong, right? And the euro is not. We think about what's going on in those countries, how they're fighting inflation. What one is dealing with supply side issues, the other one is dealing with an energy crisis in Europe with the Russian Ukraine war and all. This is there's some dynamics, uh, geopolitical dynamics going on. All kind of tensions and whatnots. So the U.S. dollar is pretty strong, the strongest of all the currencies. So I'm looking for that U.S. dollar strength to bring the euro down. That's it, because the euro is going to not will not outperform the U.S. dollar right now. Not right now. Something fundamentally has to happen in order for that to change. Okay, now that is on the 4 hour. So I'm looking for a price right here to start showing signs of bearish price action. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Thank you, Himbo Jimbo. All right. And I appreciate you guys watching, by the way, giving those likes. I just gave myself a like because I was one of the ones watching on YouTube. So I got to be counted. And if I'm going to sit there and be watching, I want to be counted amongst those that like. Hey, whoever just put that last like in, thank you very much. Somebody in the group forgot to put a like. I don't know who it was, but I appreciate you doing it. Okay, so do we need to go to the 15-minute, or is this enough? Oh wait, this is our POI. Is this enough, or do we need to go to the 15-minute? Waiting for an answer. Waiting for an answer. Waiting for a response. Because I could start singing now. I need a response. Oh, I forgot about this delay. Forgive me. I'm looking for instant answers, and there's a slight delay. All right, now I'm not getting answers. Now, what's up with that? All right. I'm gonna. This is supposed to be a test, guys. All right. So maybe I'll venture out into the 15-minute. I'll put this on close, and we'll see what we got on the 15-minute. There's too much information on the 15-minute though, for reals. Let me see. Sure. Let's dive deeper. All right. Okay. Well, the 15-minute was quite an adventure today. It's still basically the same. What do you call it? Information. We're at this zone. All right, this is the 4 hour zone that I marked up earlier, and there is an extreme of this zone up in here. all right, which I have outlined here. And I'm thinking that price will take these highs. I'm thinking that price will take these highs and come on up here, tag it in, and we start going up. You see the red line here, right? This is the middle of this trading range. So we're in premium price. I am definitely looking for price to give us a round over up here. All right. And one of the things that I would look for is a break of market structure. I'd like to see those lows taken out. Let the lows get taken out and a pullback. That's it. That's all I need. We see the high was swept, right? Price did not break structure. If price would have broke structure here, this would have been the entry, right? As price came back, return to impulse. So I'm looking for price to come back to the supply, and we can take a high probability trade to the downside. That's all. All right. We just gotta watch. We gotta let it do its thing. All right. On a lower time frame, this looks a lot different, and I'm not going there. I don't care how deep you want to go, but that's the H4 is enough. Oh, well, thank you, Leslie. Oh, late. Thank you very much, Leslie. All right. So, but there was something I wanted to point out. Something I wanted to point out. Oh, where was the optimal entry today? Where was the optimal entry today? I'm going to show you something. What time is this? This is 7 o'clock this morning. You see that 7 o'clock move I was telling you about, Leslie? This is the 7 o'clock move between 7 and 8 o'clock, right here. All right. And by the time it got up to the top here was 9:30. Here comes your optimal entry, your optimal trade entry right here. I swear to you, it happens like clockwork. And this pullback happened at the right time. Right at this is when New York Stock Exchange opened at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard, and here we come. It holds. Look at this. Can you see this, Les? Hold on. Can you see what I see up here? Hold on. Let me get this. Let me get that. Boom. Optimal trade entry. Here goes the 7 o'clock move, right? Price pulls back once New York opens and New York Stock Exchange opens and everything. We come back to what? Right below the 786, right below it, but not below the one where you would have your entry. Poof. Now it didn't give a whole lot, but it did go past. It did go, in the direction we wanted. But I like to see. I look. This is how I would look for those OTEs. I would look for that 7 o'clock move. I'm looking for between 7 o'clock, 7:30. I'm looking for that move to start, and I'll go. Okay, wait a minute now. That this might be signaling. And then, but you better have your what do you call it? Your bias from uh, from the start. You would have to have your bias together. All right. If you see on the daily, and I'm only running through this, if because you'll probably remember it better than I do. As a scalper, that OTE gave more than enough. Sure. Yeah, I 100% agree. It gave this is on the 15 minute. You know what that looks like on the one. You're going to get like a 1 to 5 or 1 to 10 off of that. You know what I'm saying? But a 1 to 5, 1 to 10 risk to reward, no doubt about it. But the deal was, what was I about to say? I wanted to say that you know how ICT looks for those fractals on the daily. Just needs 3 candles, right? Just needs 3 candles as opposed to Williams' 5 candle fractal. But ICT needs 3, and those are the daily candles. And once we get that fractal, he's looking for a price to continue past that low, right? So you have your bias. You're looking for buys, right? And if price is going up here around 7 o'clock, I'm waiting down here. I'm waiting down here like a spider in a web. Come to Papa. Bam. I'm in. See what I'm saying? Let's see less. So uh okay. So yeah, that's about it. On yeah, but that wasn't what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you where was the entry to get in today. Now, because it moved bullishly, let's see, this is 17th. This is uh look at this lovely from Frankfurt Open, right? This is Frankfurt Open's candle. Boom. And then it does this. Now, what are we thinking at this point? Price took this high, price took that low. Boop, boop. What are we looking for? What should we be looking for? I'm looking for a return to impulse. Am I wrong or am I right? I'm looking for a return to impulse. Why am I looking for that return to impulse? Well, look what we did. Right? Ain't that our entry criteria? Isn't that the what do you call it? Our entry model? All we need is this right here for the entry. Am I right or am I wrong? I think I'm right. So boom, boom, boom. I'm waiting up here. Like, let me draw it. Be better. I'm waiting up here. You see how it swept there? Swept that high. Important detail. I'm waiting for price to come and get me. And I would have been really, really bitterly disappointed because I might have missed it. I probably would have missed that because I don't usually put mine right on the lip of a zone. I try to put it just before it. I think I might have been missed on this one, even with me putting it right before what I usually do, and I take the same liberty on the top side. I think I might have been missed on this one though, because that is too. Yeah, I would have been missed. I would have been missed because it missed that low by what? One tick? Actually, it's like it's not a pip. It's like maybe 4 ticks. That don't make no sense. Just a couple of ticks. That don't make no sense. That would have really have made me feel hangry because I would have been hungry at the same time. But you see how it would have worked out. You see how it would have worked out though. And how many? What we could have got a 3 on this. Leslie, that's all you, ain't it? Huh? We could have got 3 on this. Doggone it. But what it does do is it comes back, sweeps this high, right? But you got to figure out. You got to figure what time it is now. But I happened to be looking at this earlier, and I thought about the entry that somebody could have taken if they were looking for shorts, and they should have been at supply. They should have been looking for supports, especially during Frankfurt and then London. All right, and by the time it got down here, it was that's the start of the 7 o'clock move. It pulled back, and you could have got this. But this is not the kind of price action one should be in love with. Could be a difference in broker though those ticks. You're 100% right, Jim. Himbo, you're definitely right. Definitely could have been. You might have got tagged in on another broker. But look at this sideways action. Who wants to get involved in that? Who wants to be involved in that? This is what I would have looked for. And then this happened at 9:30, New York Stock Exchange open, and I would have looked for this displacement, and I would have been like, that looks good. And then it doesn't take the low, and I'm like, oh no. If it would have took the low, the pullback would have been easy money. But that's not what happened. So I can't trust it. If it doesn't fit your trading rules, you can't take it, man. You just can't take it. In my opinion. So uh that's why I ended up going to GU today. GU, they correlate like 85% between EU and GU. And Mango, I saw this 15-minute stuff going on. I saw this here at midnight, right? This is the new day is starting and all. And this candle here is Frankfurt Open. And then we get to London Open. Pulls down, pushes back up, right? And then you could have caught this. This would have been nice. But did I have an entry model up here? Not according, not for, on my trading plan. I didn't have it. But I know in London, I'm going to have to use different rules. I'm going to have to make an adjustment because I know in London, it doesn't always, from my experience, it doesn't always give me that pretty setup like this. Sometimes it'll do this, it'll go up and then down, and that's it. I watch Frankfurt Open all the time. You know what Frankfurt does? Like it'll come out of Asia session. Frankfurt does this. It'll come down, Frankfurt Open, and then London Open. You know, I wish we had those kind of moves in New York. It doesn't really happen that way, where it just goes and it just pushes and it's done in one direction. But hey man, I like this here. Uh, I like the fact that it did come down. It did pull back up after breaking some lows and some structure and stuff. But then it lifted off here. But in between that, I managed to get a good trade in, and I was pretty happy with that. Got a 1 to 5 here. I saw price take this low. I saw it pull up and then take that low. That's it. That's all I need. That's all I need. You break this high, you respect the zone with a mitigation. Oh, buddy. And then you get a close below that low. I'm looking up here. As soon as it takes this low, I'm up here marking out my zone, and I'm saying to myself, come to Papa. Come to Papa. I'm being very careful of this zone. I saw this zone. It tried to sneak in there, but this is inducement. And it played out lovely. It played out lovely, right? You thought price was going to jump down from there. And no, it did not. It took the liquidity, mitigated the zone, and dropped very well, very nicely from here. And look at the way, not patting myself on the head or anything, but you see where I have my TP. My TP, I was looking over here to see, is there a possibility of price reversing from these areas? I was like, yeah, yeah, there is, because the next opposing demand zone is down here. And this is a daily, if I'm not mistaken, with a 4-hour nested inside. So when I saw that I can get the 5, I said, I'm not going for the 10R. I'll just go for the 5. I'll have room to go, and it provided just enough. Just enough. Price did go back up and come back down, though, which is interesting enough. Came up, came back down, and finally mitigated this zone. So I'm glad I didn't go for the gusto the first time around. So I was able to survive that. But when it broke here, should I have been waiting here? Because it broke structure. It came up, took that high, right? And what am I looking for? Same thing, right? Same entry model. A break of that low and a return to impulse up here. And I'm looking to take that high probability trade to the downside. So back to my question. Should I have been looking up there? Yes or no? Should I have been hanging out here because this low was broken? Yay or nay? Got 7 likes, huh? Good job. Uh okay, well, I'm not getting any responses. I don't understand that. Anyways, so uh the answer is um yeah, of course I should have been. That's the answer. If don't fit your setup. It don't fit your setup. Bill, you're not right. You're incorrect. If I can get rid of these drawings, I'll be able to demonstrate. Look at the shape of what I gave. What is my setup? You know what my setup is. That's my setup. Right? Thank you for your answer, Bill. Uh thank you, BZ. Yes, that's correct. Um and now look over here. Push up, push down, break the high. We have a higher high. Bam. We have a lower low. We break the pullback low. Bam. I should be waiting up here to see if that high is respected. Well, what do we have here? We have here a high probability trade to the downside. Thank you very much. Okay, so yeah, it does fit. And it listen, it takes a minute. If I can just, it takes a minute to get these drawings off my screen. I don't understand that. I'm using too many resources right now. That's what it is. I'm streaming on 2 different platforms, and apparently my computer is like, "Yo, how about a break?" Okay, can I get rid of that? I just pressed delete. Why aren't you going away? I don't understand that. Don't get it. Okay. Now I got something new here. I don't get this. Please go away. What is that about? All right. I don't understand this at all. That's interesting. Yep. I'm flummoxed here. So now I gotta. It's not. My delete button is not working. I just don't get it. I don't get it. All right. Let's try this. All right. Thank you. That's interesting. All right. So you're on board there, Bill? All right. Good job. Good job. So yeah, this would have been a very nice trade. And what time was this? This came in at Wall Street lunch. This is the kind of trade that I tend to avoid. GU gave a good one though. This one was a good one because you something I want to bring to you now is make sure the zones that you're looking to get in, that you're validating. You got to validate that zone. You got to validate that supply or that demand zone. And one of your criteria needs to be, what time was this made? What time was the zone made? Because if it was made during Wall Street lunch, you might not want to take that zone. All right. There's not a lot of strength to those zones. So when price comes back up here, I don't want to look to see if it holds, even though it did break structure to the downside. I like that fact. All right. But I will look at it with a lot of scrutiny. I don't want to excuse me, I don't want to depend on that zone. All right, that's just a word to the wise. You check that in your back testing. But if we go to the left here, does that zone hold? No, it does not. Dig what I'm saying? Afternoon, Bill Porter. Uh, Afternoon, yeah. So this zone, which was made during Wall Street lunchtime EST, between 12 and 1 EST time, did not hold. So you don't want to depend on them. Now, you can say to yourself, yeah, but it lasted over here. But do I want to take this trade to where? To here? No, no. I want to target the low. If I can't target that low, I don't trust the trade. I need to be able to at least, this is a 1 minute chart. I need to be able to at least get to the opposing supply, supposing the opposing demand zone. If I can't do that, this thing could turn up at any time. No, 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 no. That's not the game we play. Okay, so that's it. That's it. I think we'll call it uh we'll call it here. Uh, just remember, on the 15 minute, we do have a daily downtrend, and price. Although it looks like it went past it and everything, uh, on the 15 minute, on the 4 hour, these are just wicks. Okay, and you can see on the daily, on the 4 hour, 1, 2, 3 points of contact. Price did come up here. I actually put this in my last Euro USD analysis for the week. That price could very well come up here, wick, and then start back down. All right, respecting that high. So that's played out. I'm looking for price now. This is GU. All right, not EU. I'm looking for price now to respect this zone here. See that bearish engulfer pattern there, right? I like price to come back up here, maybe to the midpoint of this zone, right? And then round over and take these that low hanging fruit of liquidity down here. That's what I'm looking for, and I want to hold it. I want to hold it. If I take a long from here, this would be my target. But if I take a short because it's pro trend, it's going with the trend, I want to hold that joker. I'm going to target all these lows. I want to target all that liquidity. You got it? Because you got wind to your back, and the trend is your friend, right? Oh yeah, you was in the chat this morning when we talked about GU. You remember? Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Did you get in on that GU trade? Were you able to profit in that one? Oh, you don't understand Xenex? I'm sorry, man. I see you, Yusuf. All right. Yep. Pound CPI news later for sure. Yeah, got that's going to have some say so for sure. That's going to have a little impact on this market. So if you're in the lower time frames, you just want to make sure uh, be careful around that time. Well, Bill, gotcha, gotcha. I hope you had a good trading day today, Web. You were quiet today. You're usually quiet because you got a zillion space rocket doggone bots and super gadgets and everything going on. You was in EU this morning, huh? All right, all right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Who can dig it over there? That's Nate GTI. All right, man. All right. I can dig it too. I'm glad you're picking up what I'm putting down. And you bought some oil. Hey, heads up on oil. Heads up on oil. Uh, actually, I put out some trade and view analysis for oil, but I was looking on the day chart, and WEP is all over it. By the way, WEP is all over. Yeah, I'm definitely a rookie at this stuff, man. WEP is all over it because I put out this uh, the forecast this past Saturday for oil. If I'm not mistaken, I believe I mentioned I did oil. Somebody going to have to let me know. But I also put out some information on 800 bucks. Nice, good job. Uh, I also put out some trading view information on oil there. I put out one for trading view as well. So I know I did one for YouTube. Anyways, you can see that we're getting that reaction right where I was hoping it would. This is an opportunity to buy it and hold it. I'm letting you guys notice. All right. Uh, I've been screaming to anybody, screaming from the top of the mountain to anybody that will listen. This here is going to represent that push to take that high and come up into this supply and quite possibly take it. All right. Uh, this just understand there's a trading range here, right? Divided in half. We're buying in discount. Remember, premium discount. All right. You're buying in in discount price, and you look for that bullish price action here. We're at a demand zone that is unmitigated. Unmitigated. And for Xenex, yeah, when I'm talking about unmitigated supply and demand zones and stuff like that, we're talking about smart money concepts, right? And you would do well to check it out. Check out that terminology there. There's a lot of check out my channel on TradingView. All right, and you'll see there's a find me button on my YouTube channel and stuff. So you can get some better explanations and whatnot. But uh, uh, from this demand, there was a imbalance here to fill, which would draw a price to it. All right, this is an unmitigated zone. That means price could come down here. This is a fresh zone, and you expect it to hold and repel price. All right, but what it's really doing is picking up buy orders, right? And I believe we're going to take that high, and that's going to be a good thing. That's going to be a really good thing. So uh, you want to make sure you get your confirmations. What I do tend to do on the daily, if I'm looking for confirmations, I will go down to the 4 hour and 1 hour from the daily. All right, I'll go down to 4 hour and 1 hour, and I'm looking for this. That's all. The same one I've been talking about. Just the opposite side, the buy side. Looking for a low, a pullback, a lower low, a higher high, breaking the pullback high, and a return to impulse. All right. And you take that high probability trade to the upside. That's it. Easy, easy, easy peasy. Really? All right. And I figure it's going to go up higher because we have a bullish break of structure up here. And when I get that bullish break of structure, what am I doing? I'm down here waiting like a spider in a web. Come to Papa. That's it. Easy enough. Web is all over it though. I mean, Bill. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end this stream. I want to thank you guys for coming. Hey, if you haven't hit the like button, make sure you do. I was looking for one more like to get double digits, a tenner. That's what I was looking for, a tenner. If anybody hasn't hit that like button yet, go ahead and hit that like button, would you please? And I really would appreciate it. The trend is your friend until the bend at the end. Yes, sir. You are 100% right, Jimbo, Himbo, Jimbo. And do make sure you hit the like button on the stream. And I want to thank you guys for being the first to attend my impromptu uh, out of the blue stream. All right, do look for my daily analysis when it comes out. And may profits be upon you. I will see you in the next video. And thank you again. I appreciate you, Bill. Thank you. Thank you for attending, ZenX, uh, and Himbo Jimbo, Leslie, Beezy, Gen X is my man. He's like, I don't even know what you talk about, man, but it sounds good. I'm gonna have to do gold another time, bro. I'm gonna have to do gold another time. All right. I'll see you later.